Hi, I'm Angel May Hernandez from BALS 1-2, Group 2 in Basic Microeconomics. First, what is the definition of produce? A decision as to the types of goods and services society desires. What kind of goods to be produced? We have two types of characteristic in produce. First is tangible. Tangible, products or commodities. Next is intangible, which is services. We have also two types of good. First is consumer good. Directly satisfy wants and needs for consumption. Nandyan yung ginagamit natin like cellphone or yung tinitirhan natin, bahay. Yun yung durable goods. And sa non-durable goods naman, andito yung sa pang-araw-araw natin. Andyan na yung, unang-una na dyan is yung food. Second type of goods, we have capital good. Indirectly satisfy needs and wants, man-made goods used to produce other goods. What factors that we consider in the types of goods? Availability of resources, needs and wants of the population. Papaano nga ba mag-produce or how to produce? A question on the technique of production and the manner of combining resources to come up with the desired output needs to produce at lowest cost of production. We have here intensive, labor intensive, capital intensive, which is to machineries, labor. Factors to consider: availability of resources, methods of production. For whom do produce? The determination of how output is to divided, allocated among members of the society. Goods is the target market. We have the 5 types of economic activities. First here is the production. Second, resource allocation. Third, consumption. 4, distribution. 5, exchange, yung growth over time.
The production possibilities curve is a curve illustrating the varying amounts of two products that can be produced when the both depend on the same finite resources. Also shows efficiency when the maximum amount of goods and services possible is being produced. Underutilization when fewer than the maximum amount is being produced, and the curve of the increasing opportunity cost in a visual way. Assumption in analyzing the PPC. It shows the alternative combinations of goods an economy can produce when resources are full employed and technology is constant. And there are 4 key assumptions in analyzing the PPC. The first assumption is the economy produces only 2 commodities. In that the economy actually produces tens of thousands of different goods. This is one of the seemingly unrealistic assumptions. It is, however, a useful simplifying assumption. Limiting analytics to 2 goods mean that only 2 dimensions are needed to display graphics and curve. The second assumption is resources available for use in the economy are fixed. This is a reasonable assumption given the limited resources aspect of the scarcity problem, and also one that makes for useful analysis. There is no question that the economy has limited amount of labor, capital, land, and entrepreneurship at any given time, and this is the reasonable aspect of this assumption. And the third assumption is the state of technology is constant. And this assumption is that the economy has fixed level of technology And technology is the information and knowledge that society has about the production of goods and services. This assumption works much the same as the fixed resources assumption. And the last assumption is full employment of resources. It means technical efficiency means there is no waste in production, that the most physical output is obtained from the resource input. This can be also thought of as engineering efficiency. The next one is opportunity cost of good X. Refers to what you have to give up to buy what you want in terms of other goods or services. When economics use the word cost, we usually mean opportunity cost. And it helps a manufacturer to determine whether to produce or not. He can assess the economic benefit of going for a production activity by comparing it with the option of not producing at all. And the formula for this is simplify the difference between the expected returns of each option. Say that you have an option A to invest in the stock market hoping to generate capital gain returns.
Law of increasing opportunity cost. As the production of a particular good increases, the opportunity cost of producing additional unit rises. As more of one good is produced, the more units of other good you have to sacrifice. In economics, the law of increasing cost is a principle that states to produce an increasing amount of a good, supplier must give up greater and greater amounts of other good. The PPC, or Production Possibility Curve. In business analysis, the production possibility frontier is a curve that illustrates the variations in the amounts that can be produced of two products if both depend upon the same finite resource for their manufacture. The PPC, or Production Possibility Curve, is also referred as the transformation curve. Full employment of resources. All scarce resources are fully and efficiently employed. The economy is employing its available resources. Midpoint, points of full production and full employment. Full employment is an economic situation in which all available labor resources are being used in the most efficient way possible. Full employment embodies the highest amount of skilled and unskilled labor that can be employed within an economy at any given time.
Ms. Michelle Gabriel, Group 2, and this is my report. An efficient point on PPC. The production possibilities curve is a model that captures scarcity and the opportunity cost of choices when faced with the possibility of producing two goods or services. Points on the interior of the PPC are inefficient points on the PPC are efficient, and the points beyond the PPC are unattainable. Unemployment. Unemployment production possibilities, and when some resources are not being used for production, the economy does not reach the production possibilities curve, the curve that corresponds to full employment. In particular, unemployment results from the any point inside the production possibility curve. Underemployed. Underemployed resources are not fully employed, not enough. They produce less working hours than 8 hours. Unattainable point outside the PPC. If an economy is operating at a point inside the production possibilities curve, its resources are not being used efficiently. A point outside the production possibilities curve represents a combination of goods that is unattainable. Beyond the capacity of the economy, attainable through innovation of technology, increase in the supply of resources.